Hey guys, this video is gonna be different from what I've posted so far, and I'm gonna be talking about something really important. I will be talking about what it's really like to grow a YouTube channel, and it's really different from what it might seem to most people. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm Dasha. I make art challenges and painting videos and speed paints. I hope this video is gonna be useful to the people who wanna have their own YouTube channels or like an Instagram page or Twitter or something similar. But I think it's also gonna be useful to those who are not content creators and are just viewers on the internet, and they're wondering about how it actually goes and how it works to build a YouTube channel and get views and stuff like that. I'm gonna use my own channel as an example. So I'm gonna be talking about basically how it went so far and what happened and my experiences so far. But I'm gonna focus mainly on the channel only and not too much about other stuff like Instagram and Twitter, because I feel like it might be a little bit too much information for one video and it might be a bit confusing, so let's just do one topic at a time. So let's get right into the topic. So many people want to have a YouTube channel, they want to be YouTubers, they want to make money off of it, and there's a lot of different channels and types of content that people make. Some want to have gaming channels, crafts, I don't know, painting, or I don't know, sports related, exercise, I don't know, just you know what it's like. There's so many different types of content out there, and if you also want to have a channel, you might think, well, if I make a channel, well, it's gonna kind of work out, right? Like, I'm gonna make stuff, I'm gonna get views, so I might get paid for it as well, and I'm gonna have it as a job. It can't be that difficult, right? The first thing you need to know is it doesn't matter what your skills are. It doesn't matter how good your production is, how interesting your content is, if it doesn't get exposure. So exposure is essential. When we have a look at my own channel, I'm gonna describe what I did so far over here. So I made my channel on the 31st of March this year, and I published the first 3 videos on the 25th of April. I published 3 videos at the same time on the same day. It was Sunday. So I posted everything. I posted on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I think a couple people actually came to my Instagram, and actually the first subscriber of the channel came on the same day. I believe it was on the same day. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Actually, I wonder whether the person is still watching. So yeah, I was really happy and grateful for that. So after these 3 videos, those videos were the MS Paint challenge videos, episode 1 and 2, and the first episode of Anime to Realism. So then, I believe 2 days later or so, I published these 2 DTIYS videos, Draw This in Your Style challenge, and then I made several other videos like Anime to Realism episode 2, some BTS fan art. One I actually privated and I re-uploaded it later on. I re-edited it. So then I posted on Amino. I started posting on Amino after that, and I was live streaming twice in May. And after that, at that point in time, I believe we had around 23 or so, 23, 25, I don't know, something like that, subscribers over here. That was during the first month of the channel, and I posted a lot during the first month. And since then I posted 3 new videos, and one is a re-upload actually, but it's like remade, you know. It's a remake of the video with a voiceover because the previous one didn't have a voiceover. If you want to have your own YouTube channel, you might have already watched some advice on like YouTube channel growth and the, you know, SEO it's called. And you know, there's a lot of channels that make that type of content, you know, advice for content creators, how to optimize videos for the best results, what kind of titles to make, what to do with the descriptions, tags, you know, hashtags, etc. basically. And it's supposed to help you grow your channel so that it gets recommended to more people, so that the videos get recommended, they get picked up by the algorithm, and more people see them and they click on them and you get views, right? But it's not really that simple. It's not easy like that. It's not as easy as it seems at all. I mean, in fact it's really, really hard. It's really difficult. So I stick to optimizing everything as much as I can, basically. Well, if you've been here previously or if you're new here, you can have a look at the way I make videos, or, you know, in this case specifically, you know, video titles, descriptions, and everything else. I mean, there are some things that you can't see, like tags. Apparently, tags aren't really as important. According to the YouTube Studio itself, like when you're editing the video in it, there's this written there that tags aren't actually really that important. But anyways, you know, I try to optimize everything. The way some people recommended on YouTube. You know, I try to follow advice from channels, you know, from SEO channels that seem reliable and the people there seem like they know what they're talking about. But you need to know that, like, this really isn't actually the most important thing. Like, you can make it optimized the way, you know, that's basically perfect, but what you actually need, what is more important, is engagement on the videos themselves. You know, that means views, likes, and comments. So I tried to pay attention to what gets recommended to me on the homepage of YouTube and also on like the sidebars. You know, when you're watching a video, you get stuff recommended to you. On the phone, it's underneath the video you're watching, and on the computer, it's on the right side, on the sidebar. And what I've noticed is usually only stuff with a lot of views gets recommended, especially on the homepage. I think the lowest recommendation margin is like around 10,000 views. I don't know, sometimes 5,000, I suppose. Somewhere around there can be like the lowest, usually. Sometimes it can be less than that, but it's much more, it's much less common. And when I'm watching a video, the stuff that gets recommended on the sidebar is usually quite relevant to the specific video that I'm watching, and there can be like a variety of views there, and even stuff with much less views. So, but on the homepage is usually like, a lot of the videos have like more than 100,000 views or 1,000,000, you know, and etc. I mean, you can have a look at your own feed and you can check that out, and you know, you can try to pay attention to that if you're curious. If you're making videos and you don't get engagement on them, they're just not gonna get picked up by the algorithm. No matter how good they are, no matter how high the quality is, they're just not gonna get recommended to more people. And what I've noticed is, I think the biggest, I think the most important, it seems, are views and likes. Comments too, but sometimes something gets recommended to me and I watch it and it has a lot of views and likes, but it doesn't necessarily have to have a lot of comments. So that's why I'm thinking that views and likes are the most important. So the situation is like this right now. So on the channel we have 69 subscribers right now. When it comes to quality of my content, I basically rely on feedback from other people, from you guys. So far, the feedback that I got, I think I only got reviews about the production quality itself from 3 people only. And some of the things they told me is that they like my voice, that they enjoy the music choices, and that the overall production quality of the videos is very high and I should have more views. I'm really grateful that you guys enjoy my stuff. Especially thank you to those who give me feedback, either on the video production or on the paintings as well. Your feedback really means a lot to me. You might think that I don't really care about it, but it actually really means a lot, and especially it's just so rare. I don't really get a lot of feedback at all. So, but when I get feedback, it's very positive, always. So, according to the things that you guys tell me, I am assuming that the stuff basically is good enough the way it is, that it doesn't need any like a change, or I didn't get any complaints either, actually, yet. When it comes to the paintings themselves, I also only got positive feedback so far. When it comes to that, you can check that out for yourself. If you're new here, especially if you haven't seen my videos yet, you can check that out and make your own judgment. So, the issue is exposure, and this is not just about my channel, but I have discovered that there's so many channels, there's so many pages on Instagram, on Twitter. So many people are posting stuff, not just paintings or drawings, art stuff, but generally, basically, so many people are trying to grow their pages, but you will never even know about them. You will never even see them, and this is just so frustrating. This is so upsetting, and this is really important for you to know. If you want to have your own page or your own channel, you need to know the way it is. So this is the way it actually really is. This is how hard it is. It is extremely difficult. It is extremely difficult to just be seen by people. It doesn't even matter how many hashtags you use. For example, on Instagram, you can use 30 hashtags on a post. You might think, well, that's gonna help me, and I'm gonna actually get views because, 30 hashtags is a lot of hashtags, right? No, it depends on the hashtag, of course. Some get more posts, some get less posts, but for the most part, there's just so much content all the time. There's just so much content flooding all the time, non-stop. You're just not gonna be seen, basically, okay? If somebody sees your style, maybe a couple people, a few people might see your post, but then it depends also on who sees it, right? Are they somebody who will enjoy your stuff, or are they just gonna come and they're gonna leave without following you? This is the way it's right now on my Instagram and on my Twitter. The main way for people to get exposure on these platforms like Instagram and Twitter is basically be following people around, right? You've probably heard about it, or maybe you're doing it. Basically, it's the common thing to do, and I'm gonna talk about it in another video. And the thing about this is it's not really effective, actually. It's not really effective. It depends on whether you reach people who will enjoy your content, but the follow back ratios are really low. I'm gonna talk about this in another video because it's just a different topic and I don't wanna talk about too many things at once in this one. So, but what I'm gonna say is this really isn't really very effective at all. And that's, that's me with my stuff, with my quality of work. So, I have seen some other people have it even worse. They have even less engagement. For example, I talked with one person on Instagram, and she has a page, and she posts fan arts, and I think she has a lot of posts actually on her page. And we were talking about how hard it is to get exposure. And I was talking about how rare comments are, and she told me, well, I didn't get any yet. And I was like, oh, wow. She's not like a professional level. She's not a professional level artist, but I mean, still, it's just really sad how low engagement actually is, And the thing is, you might be watching, I don't know, a video with many views, and it has a lot of comments. So it might seem like many people comment everywhere. Only a small percentage of people actually engage, especially with comments. Like, no matter what the quality of your work is, when you're gonna be growing your page, you need to be ready for this, that it is very hard and very slow. It is basically, I mean, the way it feels is that it's almost impossible to get exposure, and not many people engage, especially with comments. Speaking of comments, I want to thank everybody who, gave me feedback so far, and everybody who leaves me comments. It really means a lot to me. And there's one comment that specifically comes to my mind. One person left a comment on one of my videos. Here's the comment, and especially the part where they say, keep going and never give up with it. And I want to tell you that it is really hard not to give up. It is really hard, like, especially when it comes to this, that I'm making so much effort. I put so much work into my videos and paintings, and barely anybody sees them, and it's just really frustrating. I'm not gonna give up, but it is really hard. And to the people who are gonna have their own pages, or who already have their own pages, I mean, you can relate. And to the people who want to have their own page, or your own YouTube channel, you might think that it's like really easy, or it's easier than it seems. No, like, I mean, of course it depends on the quality of the content, how much time is required for each post or for each video. But when it comes to my stuff, I mean, it is a ton of work. It is just a ton of work, and I really want to thank you again, everybody who gives me feedback. It really means a lot to me, and I do pay attention to the things that you tell me, and I really care. And you are rare. You are really rare, basically. So I wish that our community can grow faster from now on, and that it's gonna get better. And when it comes to our subscribers here and our views, when we look at the numbers, the way it seems is the majority of the people who come here and who watch the videos, they subscribe. So I'm really grateful that you guys are enjoying the content, and I hope the situation is gonna get better from now on. Concerning editing and the workload and the amount of work it takes to really keep the channel going, I want to mention that it really takes so much more than it seems, and it is extremely time consuming, especially the video editing. It takes so much longer than it seems. And I saw ADC mention in his tweet about this recently, and he said about his video, about 13 hours into editing, 50% of the video done. And this is really important, to show the people who don't have their own channels, and maybe you have heard some other YouTubers talk about this before. I think Jaza and ADC, or somebody else also from the art YouTubers, have mentioned it before, that the video editing takes a lot of hours. Yeah, it really does. Like, it just doesn't seem like it. It takes forever, especially if you're if you're cutting up a lot of stuff, a lot of clips, you know, and you have audio and everything, you know, you're putting songs in there, it takes forever to edit. It takes so many hours for each video. You might have heard somebody talk about how for the algorithm to work out for you, you should post every week, you know, or in some cases every day. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, this is like super ridiculous. It's a ridiculous expectation, you know, that, you know, it just shouldn't be, you know, expected, especially from creative people, from creative channels, or, you know, even on Instagram or what, you know, any page, really. It's just unrealistic. I think I saw ADC talk about it in his tweet as well, but I was looking for the tweet, I couldn't find it. So yeah, but he, you know, I think it was him, and he said also that in order to keep quality, like, how can creative channels be expected to upload once a week? You know, it's just not realistic. It's just not realistic, or, you know, it shouldn't be expected from people. Basically, this shouldn't be required just to be seen. And I mean, but you know, the thing is, like, there's so many other channels that are small, that are constantly pumping out stuff, they're constantly posting things, you know, even every week, but I mean, they still don't get picked up by the algorithm. So yeah, I mean, that's basically like saying, okay, well, you might be shown or you might not be shown, you know, you might invest a year, or I don't know, 2 years, or I don't know how long, how many months, okay, for example, I don't know how many months into your page or your channel. Well, it might get picked up or it might not get picked up, you know. It's just stupid. Like, it makes no sense. You know, it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be expected from people. And also, they you know, they talk about how the algorithm is actually inconvenient even for big channels that already have a lot of subscribers. You might be posting for ages, you know, but you're not gonna get any attention. You're not gonna get views. It's just unreliable, and you need to know this in advance. And the people who already have their stuff in their pages, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can feel it. Like, you know already. You already know, like, what a pain it is just to be shown to people. It's so frustrating. I am really tired of how hard it is for everybody. It shouldn't be this hard for anybody. So I'm going to be monitoring everything. I'm gonna be paying attention to the progress of the channel. I am gonna be making more stuff. I'm gonna keep making videos, and I'm gonna be paying attention to the progress, and I'm gonna keep updating you guys. To everybody who has subscribed or who will subscribe, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching my stuff, and thank you so much. It really means a lot to me, and I hope our community will grow faster from now on. So thank you. And I'm also gonna be paying attention to the algorithm, and if something gets picked up by the algorithm, I'm gonna watch everything, and I'm gonna tell you what it actually really requires. I haven't asked for likes on my videos yet, in any of my videos, because I prefer if people just leave a like spontaneously, like if you just enjoy it and you just feel like leaving a like. But I need to tell you guys that, especially when the channel is on a small scale like this, when there aren't so many people, it is really important to engage with the video. So if you want to support the channel, and this doesn't just apply to my channel here, but to any other, especially small channels, engage with the video if you want. You can leave a like or a comment, and it really, really helps a lot, you know. And I also want to say that if you also are struggling maybe with your own page or just anything, if you are having a tough situation, I hope it gets better for you too. So thank you for watching, and if you want to see more of my videos, subscribe and hit the bell to get notified about new videos. Thank you so much again, and have a beautiful day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.